How you doing, sister? It's good to see you.
I'm doing wonderful. It's a beautiful place. It's a beautiful day. It's a nice way for me to try to rebalance myself and give myself some of the respite that I suggest and recommend to us all. And so, yeah, I'm glad to be here. Thank you for having me.
Yeah. No, thank you for making the time. You have a whole slew of services that your business does. You know, from events to counseling to mindfulness-based stress reduction, nutritional therapy. You're talking about holistic wellness, so maybe you could uh, just tell us what that means to you, means to your business.
Yeah, well, it kind of birthed out of seeing the gaps and seeing things that I wished I had access to when I needed them. And, I started my career out what I called boot camp back in 2006, doing forensic social work, where I really got a chance to see how the systems work from a different angle and how all of the what I would consider gaps in the systems, how they impacted us as Black and Brown people. And so I really kept that in mind and kept that close to heart as I began to develop my business in a private practice and to begin to add on events and services and products that I felt like were going to, help us with some of the things we needed in a natural and holistic way that represents us, that's for us, by us, with us in mind from the first place, which is really what I was recognizing is a lot of the services that were provided and a lot of the products that are offered we weren't thought of in those moments when those things were developed or designed. We were an afterthought a lot of times, and so I came at the approach to my business was to um, fill the gaps, provide the services that I felt like were not being offered otherwise.
I think so often when we think about health, the first thing we think about, is going to the doctor or cold or, physical injury or maintenance. But so often we don't think about the psychological or the spiritual, all the aspects that need to be taken into account when we're talking about the wellness of
Yeah,
our
exactly.
body. Yeah. In regards to your business, I mean, what's so special about St. Lucia? Are there, I feel like so much of holistic health is also about how we engage with each other in our community, how we treat each other, how we approach, you know, our the people around us.
Mm-hmm.
What have you noticed about, since you've been there for 3 weeks? What have you noticed about the community, the vibe, the people there that maybe is something that you want to bring back to your community here?
Mm. I feel like the pace is a lot slower and more like normal human pace. I think that the people are amazing and that, with the intentions in mind to be here for healing work, people gravitate towards you that have that to offer. And so those who have had a chance to engage with have come with that flavor. They'll make recommendations for things that I'm already are on my mind, and suddenly they're suggesting things. And so it's kind of that human interaction and intuition that I think that gets shared, and people are really in need of the services that I offer. And I'm not really willing to burn myself out, but there's a lot of work to be done. And so, I try to remedy that by hiring and building a team of holistic practitioners to kind of help meet those needs and, beginning to scale and grow and learn business differently. So this is also giving me a chance to learn from other business owners, connect with people, get fresh ideas, that I can bring back and hopefully, I believe in put my own spin and flavor on everything. So whatever I bring back will have me with it.
Was there aspects of growing up that got you into this kind of idea of helping people and what
Mhm.
what laid those building blocks for you to get you down this road?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I've been a social worker all my life. I remember being a kid, a young kid, wanting to be the one to like hold and open the door and just being willing and wanting to be helpful or, really interested. Still am, I'm still this big kid at heart where I'm like, oh, look at this thing. And, I want to touch it and smell it. And I, have ideas for what it might be useful for. And oftentimes I'm right. And so I think it comes with some intuition that came with the packaging, and just my passions and interests. I love being out in nature. I love, culture and art. Um, I also love stillness, so I don't move at the fast pace, and I don't think our society makes space for that always.
Here's just kind of like a little bit more existential, maybe philosophical question. How much of what you do is taught? How much of it was absorbed? How much of it was intuited?
Honestly, I think it all came first from the inside. Like I said, oftentimes there are things that I don't necessarily know because I've learned it, that it has a cause or cure or, usefulness for a particular thing. But then I find out later that that's what it's used for. I went seeking the knowledge that I felt like I needed to, and the credentials that I needed to do the things that I wanted to do. So I think really for me, it came from the inside. And then I went out looking for, specifically looking for the training and knowledge, skills, tools, books, whatever it was that was going to help me to produce that knowledge and scale that and share that with others.
Last question. For somebody that's just getting into this, for somebody that is interested in your product and is interested in what you're doing, um, what is the first step? What do you advise as the first step? Whether that's a product or an action or something to get people into this kind of naturopathic, holistic uh, lifestyle change. What's the first step?
The easiest first step is to just jump on the website, book a 15-minute consultation, and we can talk about where you're at and where you want to go. And if we're a good fit to work with one another, because, everyone's not for everyone. And what's most important to me is that I'm able to hear what the other person is in need of and maybe make recommendations for another place or another thing, or even something that I have to offer, to really get that support. You know, Another easy access point is the products, right? Really just experiencing the use of the products. And my products are called Mood Foods, and they come in sprays and oil roll-ons and incense and bath salts and soon to be candles. And I'm really excited about those because it allowed me a chance to kind of get into the lab and create and play, and just allow whatever ideas I had in mind this way. But the key ingredient really is your deep and full and complete inhale and exhale. And with that, combining that with the essential oils that speak to, the brain, that share that information, we can't help but change our mood.
Yeah. I feel I feel like you're about to eat something really delicious.
Did I accidentally said, yes.
Well, listen, this has been wonderful. I think that what you're offering, especially right now, especially in this time of tumult and chaos, people need to know how that's affecting them and how to be able to take a breath and stop and feel and touch and taste things. I'm so glad that you're a part of the holiday party this year, and thank you so much for spending time and talking to me about that.
You're welcome. Thank you for having me. And I'm looking forward to everything that happens. This is a really exciting and innovative way to exchange and to show and share our wares. So I'm excited to be a part of it.